Alrighty, it's Mario's turn.
Hey guys, thanks a lot for clicking on the video. So, how do you follow up one of the most successful consumer products ever? Well, if you're Nintendo, you throw in some color. The Game Boy was a huge hit both commercially and critically when it launched in 1989, and its lasting appeal caught a lot of people off guard. After all, this monochrome handheld outlasted the color competitors like Game Gear and the Lynx. Now, closing in on the new millennium, it was time for an upgrade, and that came in the form of the Game Boy Color. Released in 1998, it was compatible with all the original Game Boy games. A brilliant move. You got a new handheld with all new potential games, but you could still go back to your favorite Game Boy games whenever you wanted. Altogether, that's an extra 900 games for the Color, not including the 1,000 games that were already out for the Game Boy. Now, for this list, guys, if the game came out originally for the Game Boy and just got a DX Color upgrade, I probably won't mention it unless it's truly amazing and there were significant improvements. Otherwise, this could have just been a copy and paste of the Game Boy list that we just did. Link in the descriptions if you're curious. So, whether you're feeling nostalgic or looking for some game recommendations, keep watching as I share the top 15 Game Boy Color games.
Not the buttons.
Number 15, Lufia. Now, you're going to be spending a lot of time on the battle screens, taking on random enemies, uncovering hidden texts, and embarking on adventures with your fellow characters. You can assemble a team of up to 9 members, each bringing unique skills and abilities that are going to help you in progressing through the game. This game also features a vast overworld map that you need to thoroughly explore if you want to make some decent headway in the storyline. The lush worlds along with vibrant colors make this game a delight to play and look at. The plot centers around the rather ominously named Doom Island, which doesn't sound promising for the characters involved. The Sinestrals are causing trouble once more, and it's your job, along with your team, to set things right using swords, shields, and some seriously cool powers. Number 14, Tomb Raider: Curse of the Sword. So this single-player action-adventure game sticks to the same themes and utilizes the same gaming engine as the original Tomb Raider that came out for the GameCube Color as well. However, this time around you're going to find even better puzzles to tackle, fresh challenges to face, and some really annoying bad guys that you're going to learn to love taking down repeatedly. Of course, a Tomb Raider game wouldn't be complete without a crazy storyline, and this one delivers. The plot follows Miss Croft as she tries to prevent a band of treasure hunters from getting their hands on the Nightmare Stone, which basically unleashes an evil god, a seriously formidable foe that needs to be stopped. This game is surprisingly fun. You have to give it a try. Number 13, Dragon Warrior 3. So, Dragon Warrior 3 is a great handheld addition to this iconic JRPG series. It's based on the Super Famicom remake of the original Famicom Dragon Quest III, and it stands out as one of the most ambitious RPGs for the Game Boy Color. It utilized a hefty, at the time, 32 megabyte ROM cart. This version featured numerous enhancements over the originals, such as a new character class in the Thief, minigames, medals, dungeons, and a completely new introduction sequence. So it isn't a surprise that Dragon Warrior 3 is regarded as one of the best examples of the genre on the Nintendo's portable system. Number 12, Mickey's Racing Adventure. This is a fantastic little licensed racer from Rare. Mickey Mouse Racing Adventure serves as the Game Boy Color's forerunner to Mickey Mouse Speedway USA. No, not the N64 one. This game pretty much mixed the developer's isometric 8-bit racer, RC Pro-Am, with some of the adventurous vibes from, say, Diddy Kong Racing, blending all this together with classic Disney characters. With huge character sprites roaming a top-down overworld that connects land and water races, along with a bunch of puzzles and minigames, this game is way more detailed than your typical licensed title, or racer for that matter. Definitely worth checking this one out if you get the opportunity. Number 11, Pokemon Pinball. So, Pokemon Pinball for the Game Boy Color is a cool pinball game with arguably a cooler looking cart. It's still a game where the main goal is to catch all 151 Pokemon from the first generation by hitting them on one of two different tables, red or blue. First, you need to make them appear, and then you have to hit them multiple times with a Pokeball. Key features include a built-in rumble pack, which required a AAA battery, a save and quit feature to continue your Pokedex progress, and the ability to use different Pokeball types. You could upgrade them and you could participate in bonus games. If you're curious, you can evolve your Pokemon. You must collect 3 specific items found by hitting them on certain board objectives. Once you have these items collected, a special hole opens, allowing a caught Pokemon to evolve. Number 10, Mario Tennis. So, launched not long after the Nintendo 64 version, the Game Boy Color does an amazing job of capturing the thrill of tennis. You can jump into an exhibition match right from the main menu, or choose a very cool RPG style game where you level up by practicing drills and playing matches. If you need a break from the action, there are tons of spots around the court to check out, and if you're up to a real test, Mario Tennis lets you use the link cable to compete against other players. It's incredibly fun for tennis fans, and for someone like me who doesn't really care about tennis, I love this game. Mario Tennis stands out as one of the top handheld sports games out there, at least in my opinion. Number 9, Mario Golf. So Mario Golf for the Game Boy Color is a 1999 2D golf game with an RPG style adventure and tournament modes. It's developed by Camelot Software again, and it was published by Nintendo, very similar to Nintendo Tennis. It featured Mario, Luigi, Wario, and a couple of new characters. It supported the link cable multiplayer, and it could use the transfer pack to connect with the Nintendo 64 version of the game. Very, very cool stuff, especially at the time. The GBC version stands out for its JRPG-inspired storyline, a defining feature of the Game Boy Color version. This mode allowed players to progress a character from novice to master through an engaging story and unique experience system. Again, you can see the similarities with tennis. The game is praised for its solid golf mechanics and intuitive pick-up-and-play controller. That's why it's ranked a little better. Wario Land 3. Mario's nemesis made his comeback for the 3rd time in 2000, bringing along gameplay that was both familiar and fresh to the series. After crashing his plane, Wario stumbles upon a strange musical box. Drawn into its realm, he encounters a shadowy figure who promises to send him back home, but only after he collects 5 missing music boxes. Incidentally, the Japanese version of the game is called Mysterious Music Boxes. Wario Land 3 features an incredibly adaptive level design, requiring Wario to revisit areas with new skills such as flying and swimming. It's a fantastic game for the Game Boy Color. I have some friends that would say this is the best game. Number 7, Shantae. This is an amazing platform adventure. It came out towards the end of the Game Boy Color's era, just a year after the launch of its successor, the Game Boy Advance. Because of this, it didn't get the attention it deserved back then, which is unfortunate for such a brilliantly crafted game. Shantae doesn't bring much to the table that's new, but it's assembled with such flair, style, and energy that it's hard not to adore it. The game is a Metroidvania-style title featuring exploration, combat using Shantae's hair, creature transformation dances, and underground puzzles. Truly, this is one of the nicest looking Game Boy Color games in the library. Luckily, the Shantae series has seen more love in the last few years, and it's more accessible. Number 6, Donkey Kong Country. So, Donkey Kong Country for the GBC is a faithful adaptation or a demake of the original SNES game. It was released in late 2000. The visuals are pretty darn good, to be honest, and with expanded levels like Winky's Walkway or new bonuses such as Necky's Nightmare, this is a must-own. Now, due to the hardware's limitation, the GBC version suffers from a loss of graphical detail, character sprite issues, performance slowdown, and frequent flickering, with the game's physics and music also being altered from the original. Now, despite these limitations, it offers a portable version of the classic platforming adventure starring Donkey and Diddy Kong, the iconic animal buddies, of course with the ability to swap between the two Kongs at any time. Number 5. Mega Man Extreme. Extreme is an action platformer developed by Capcom for the Game Boy Color in 2000. It serves as a spin-off to the Mega Man X series that reimagines the console stages for the handheld. It's set between Mega Man X2 and 3. Mega Man has the abilities to run, climb walls, shoot, and leap through every level of the game. You can choose and play any level in any sequence like normal. As you progress, players can collect armor upgrades and earn new weapon upgrades every time they take down a boss. The bosses and enemies are essentially a mix of all the characters from the earlier Mega Man games, giving a nostalgic feel for fans of the franchise. Number 4. The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Now, I know it's kind of a cop-out to put them together Pokemon style because they are different games, but they go together so well. Each game has its own unique twists, and it's only after finishing both that you as the player really grasp the full story and the adventure's conclusion. Ages and Season each sold just under 4 million copies. So, Link is whisked away by the Triforce to various locations in each installment. In Ages, Link goes to Librania, while in Seasons, Link goes to Holodrum. Both games feature the items and weapon collection sequences that we all love, although different characters show up in each one. Additionally, Seasons leans more towards action while Ages focuses on the puzzles, but if you combine them together, you've got an incredible Legend of Zelda experience. You gotta treat yourself, man, pick up both. Number 3, Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. So, Pokemon Gold and Silver have always stood out as Pokemon classics in the series, and even after all these years since their initial launch, they still offer an amazing experience. Maybe it's a sign of the series' gradual and thoughtful evolution, but these games feel just as enjoyable now as they did back then. They're incredible games that bring back warm, nostalgic feelings for anyone who played them back in the day. With a stunning color update on the GBC, the addition of 100 new Pokemon and the entire Kanto region included, even die-hard fans of the series sometimes argue that Pokemon still hit its peak in Gen 2. Crystal took the brilliance of Pokemon Gold and Silver and made Johto worth revisiting, and Kanto for the umpteenth time too. It really shows that nostalgia isn't the only reason that this game is so fantastic to dive back into. Number 2. Metal Gear Solid. This story shares its name with the PlayStation game, but it's a completely different tale from the main series. The tough Solid Snake is pulled out of retirement to face a terrorist threat that has taken control of the secret Metal Gear prototype mech weapon. Fans of both the Sony game and the original series will find the gameplay very familiar. Snake moves stealthily through various environments using gadgets, weapons, or his bare hands to either eliminate guards or sneak by them without being seen. Packed with all the twists and betrayal that the Metal Gear games are famous for, Metal Gear Solid also provides a wide range of bonus content after finishing the main game. It's considered one of the best spin-offs ever across any platform. And number 1, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Now, back in the day, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe was really special. This handheld version not only delivered a fantastic take on the original game, but also included the lost levels along with unique red coin collecting challenges and mini-games that nearly compensated for the limited view of the Mushroom Kingdom on the smaller Game Boy Color screen. There's not much else to say about this except that it's a fantastic port of the Mario games, and Mario goes hand in hand with any Nintendo console. It's no surprise that this is the #1 choice for the Game Boy Color. And that's my list, guys, of the 15 best Game Boy Color games. Now, like I mentioned earlier, there were 900 games, so I'd love to read your comments and let me know what you thought were some of the best games that I may have overlooked. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate your time. If you're into videos like this, you're probably around my age, so that means you need to get up and stretch your back. Thanks again, guys. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. I'll see you in about a week. Take care. Later.